So who's to say what's really good and what's really bad here? I want you to notice how subjective your idea of good and bad are. When you're clinging to some form, if you are that form, or if that form helps you to survive as the form that you identify yourself to be, notice you're going to have a bias towards wanting to maintain that. You're going to rationalize in all sorts of ways. For example, if you're working for a corporation, let's say you're working for a military defense contractor like Lockheed Martin, and you are manufacturing missiles that are used in the Middle East to bomb whatever, either civilians or terrorists, whatever, probably a combination of both. You see, because for your body to survive and for the bodies of your children to survive and to maintain their form, you have to go to work to Lockheed Martin, and you have to be creative to create missiles for them, let's say, as an engineer. So you create these missiles. These missiles are, of course, created weapons of destruction that will destroy stuff, but the stuff you're destroying there, it's helping you to feed your children and to feed yourself and to maintain your family. And so therefore now you're attached to maintaining the form of Lockheed Martin. Because if Lockheed Martin as a corporation loses its shape and form and devolves or dissolves, goes bankrupt or whatever, then you're going to lose your livelihood. You can't now be creating missiles anymore. And now your family's going to starve. And perhaps your children will die because you can't get the medical care or whatever, in the most extreme example, right? So you're very much attached to creating missiles. You're very much attached to voting in a certain way that helps you to maintain Lockheed Martin as a company, to get your contracts, subsidies. Maybe war is helpful for your company to flourish. Maybe if the war in the Middle East ends, then you're going to lose your job because they don't need to manufacture so many new missiles anymore, and they don't need your services anymore. And then how are you going to feed your children? You see? So when you're this person, when this person is working at Lockheed Martin, is that person being creative or destructive? Again, the glass is simultaneously half full and half empty. Of course, the person is being creative when he's engineering these missiles, but at the same time, these missiles are being used to create destruction in the world. But furthermore, there's an additional layer, is that the destruction that's created in the Middle East, you could argue that destruction in the Middle East helps to create the American empire, right? So you're not just fighting for the defense of Lockheed Martin, you're also fighting for the larger collective of the American empire, which also serves you as a citizen, as part of the American empire. It helps you because it lowers gas prices for you. It lowers the costs of goods and services, of food and other things like that. It gives you more military power, more geopolitical power around the world. This is why American empire is maintained through military force. And so you're a beneficiary of that. And hey, so am I as an American citizen. We're beneficiaries of that. But at what cost, right? See, we have to destroy in order to create. Think about it very primitively from the point of view of predator-prey relationships in nature. You have a wolf and a rabbit. From the wolf's point of view, hunting rabbits is a creative activity because he's creating a meal for himself when he hunts the rabbit. And then that allows him to procreate and to feed his wolf pups. And that's creative from the wolf's point of view. But from the rabbit's point of view, it's very destructive. So which is it? Is it creation or destruction? Because you see, if the wolf doesn't destroy the rabbit, then the wolf will destroy itself. It'll go hungry. Its pups will go hungry, and they will end up destroyed. And from the rabbit's point of view, it's sort of the inverse of that. By running away from the wolf successfully, the rabbit is doing a creative act because this helps the rabbit to then procreate and to be creative. But then that hurts the wolf. And look at what's happening when the wolf eats the rabbit. The wolf is actually transforming that rabbit energy into wolf energy. And if the rabbit runs away from the wolf is going to die from hunger. That wolf's corpse is going to lay on the ground. It's going to feed the grass and the trees and the plants, and the rabbit is going to feast off of the grass that is fertilized by the wolf's corpse. So the rabbit, by running away from the wolf, is actually transforming, in a more indirect way, is transforming wolf energy into rabbit energy. It's not a perfect transformation. There's also going to be grass energy and tree energy and fly energy, maggot energy, worm energy, all sorts of other things are going to be the wolf is going to transform into. But you see, it's very profound how all this works when you look at it from a sort of objective, non-biased point of view, isn't it? Very interesting. So creation, destruction is a duality, which is really just two sides of the same coin. And you can't have a coin with just one side. This is the nature of reality. So it's important to see how relativistic this is, how subjective this is, because this puts various kinds of things into proper context. You start to see reality more from God's point of view. And then you can start to remove the judgment and the evil from reality, because you no longer see particular acts as being evil, because you're not looking at it from a selfish lens anymore. You're seeing it in a fuller, more absolute context, which integrates creation and destruction. Really fundamentally, what I want you to see is that the creation of anything requires destruction at exactly the same place and time. So the best way to see this is just imagine a blank piece of paper or canvas. No matter what shape I decide to draw on this canvas, let's say I just decide to just draw a circle. It's like a solid circle, solid sphere. So I'm drawing that. As I'm taking my paintbrush and I'm drawing that solid sphere and filling it in, I am simultaneously, let's say I'm filling it in with a color like blue, I'm simultaneously destroying the white canvas that was there.